All right, get your coffee or your whiskey, whatever, and let's go ahead and talk about an update on selling some puts on the side for some extra income. Today is a redder day for me than the past couple weeks, and I want to talk about something that I want to try to stick with, a rule of mine, if you will. We'll talk on that. And thanks everyone that has been watching the series. So far, it's been kind of mixed reviews. And if you have been enjoying the series, I do appreciate you. And if not, it's probably not for everyone. And maybe this isn't your style of doing some investing on the side. Maybe you're into something else. That's perfectly fine. Everyone's entitled to their own way. But I do appreciate all of you for watching, at least. And if you enjoy it, please subscribe so you don't miss any future update videos. And that's what this is. Just me trying this out and documenting it for you guys, and you can learn from my mistakes. And this is at least educational. So I want to talk about one of the stocks that I have in my puts watch list. This just came up because Tattooed Chef was supposed to have earnings like an hour ago. And they actually rescheduled their third quarter 2021 earnings. This is straight from the Tattooed Chef website. They say that it will reschedule its third quarter 2021 earnings release and conference call that was previously scheduled for today after hours. The delay is a result of additional time required to finalize the company's financial statements. I've seen some videos already on this topic. Some are speculative that this is really the reason. They think it's probably not going to be good, the earnings, just because of, one of the reasons I saw was Beyond Meat is down from their earnings, and they think Tattooed Chef's going to follow suit, even though they're two totally different companies. Could be the case. Maybe this is true. Maybe they just aren't ready. But even if that is true, that's not the best in terms of competency, right? When you're a multi-billion-dollar market cap stock and company, that doesn't look too good. So I guess what I'm prefacing, or why I'm prefacing this, is if you like Tattooed Chef still after this and you're still cool with buying up shares, tomorrow I'm curious to watch. Might be a good day to sell some puts on, because I have a good feeling this is not going to sit well overnight. And at the start of the market opening tomorrow, my guess and my prediction is people aren't going to take it very well, and there will be a sell-off. Now, who knows? I could be totally wrong. For some crazy reason, it could just fly up. And but I'm curious to watch what the premiums look like tomorrow. And if you do like Tattooed Chef still and you want to buy their stock and you're okay with owning their stock, I should say, maybe selling puts on this is something you should explore and think about. But am I going to sell puts on this? No. And I'll tell you why. It's not because I don't want to, though that might be the case. I never really fully considered it. And the reason I haven't fully considered it is because I don't have really any buying power to sell puts on. And here's the rule I want to try to keep myself in check with is I want to keep some money always on the side just for situations like this. And the problem that I caused myself to have is I sold a bunch of puts on Monday, probably like $7,000 worth, and now I don't really have any money to use as collateral when something like this happens and stocks dip a lot, and I can make more premium on the same stocks and for the same strike price. So I guess that's my rule. I'm going to try to stick with it. Don't get emotional on Mondays when you have some extra collateral, thinking, oh, I got to use this collateral and make as much money as possible, when patience can be your friend too. And if I had patience, maybe I would have lucked out today if I had some more collateral. But that's okay. I could transfer some money into this account, but I really don't want to. I just want to use what I have in here if possible. One of the stocks I sold, Hut 8 Mining, is actually very, very close now to the strike price. And my strike price is $14. It's now $14.11. It went down 8.51%, which is odd because Bitcoin hit an all-time high today and is still I think 65K right now or something like that. But this expires on Friday, so we'll see what happens here. Even if it goes farther, I have another one for $13 that expires Friday. So if it goes below 13, I will own 200 shares. And then what I'll end up doing is waiting for a good time to sell calls on Hut 8 mining. And interesting enough, they have earnings tomorrow before market open. I guess I have to go to Hut 8 actual stock to see that. Yeah, November 11th pre-market, they will announce their earnings. So this should be interesting. SoFi also got pretty low today. I think it reached a price of what? I guess I got to go back to SoFi. It reached a price all the way down to 1989. It was down 10%, making me sweat a little bit. But another instance of don't get emotional about this. I was okay with the time of buying 100 shares of SoFi at the strike price. So why am I getting emotional now? And that's what I was telling myself. And, it's easier said than done, I guess. But then they must have had pretty decent earnings. And I haven't seen them yet, but it shot up 12% after hours. So it's now back above my strike price. But just a good example of if I would have bought to close at a huge loss right here, right around here, if I would have got really emotional, I would have totally missed this. So I guess I need to also just check myself emotionally and make sure that this is just business, this is just investing, this is just money. Like I said, easier said than done when talking about money. So since my last video, I did sell, how many? At least two puts. One was Smile Direct Club. It had a pretty bad earnings call, went down below $4. I sold a $4 strike put and made, I think, like $19 off of that put. And then I ended up selling another Hut 8 mining, but this one expires on the 19th. So next Friday, and I made $70 in premium off that at a strike price of 13. And so far, if everything stays as it is and we were to let all of these expire worthless, I have made $951 in premium so far this month, and extremely happy about that. We'll see what the rest of the week brings, because today is bringing a lot of these stocks closer to the strikes of the puts that I sold. So we'll see what actually happens by the end of this week, at least for most of these. And Friday, I plan to make another update video just because that's when a lot of these expire, and we can talk about what transpired with that. So hope to see you there. And I would just, if you're wanting to just look at some premiums tomorrow morning, wanting to get some ideas, I would just keep an eye on Tattooed Chef. Whether you want to sell put on it or not, I would just look at it just because I'm curious, and maybe you are too, what kind of premium you can get with that stock after something like this happens. So hope to see you Friday when I make that video. And as always, take care and be safe.